Well, once again, welcome to Red River Co-op Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting set to go. Our first event of the night will be the Northern Lightning Sprints Association. Of course, they raced yesterday in Morden, Manitoba. $1,000 to win show.
This video production is brought to you by Pack and Away Mobile Storage. We bring the storage unit to your door, pack it at your place, and store it at ours. Pack and Away Storage is a division of Highway No. 1 Self-Storage. We are proud supporters of the No. 2 NLSA Sprint Car and No. 20X Modified.
Gas bars, 91 octane fuel. It is supplied to the drivers before each and every event. So the drivers do have to come with an empty tank in the Lightning Sprints. They have to prove that to the tech official, and then the tech official will fuel the cars for them, so they all run the same fuel, so everything is even.
It's time for the Northern Lightning Sprints.
And here is your lineup in the Northern Lightning Sprints. Starting on the pole in the Mazer Group 35W, this is Amber Balkan. Outside row number 1, making his first appearance in 2013 here at Red River Co-op Speedway. This is the Steg Building and Design Brand 7S, also sponsored by Performance Supply. The driver is Brent Steg. Inside row number 2, driving the FXR St. Anne Hotel number 29 is Dylan Sabatini, and outside in the Swan Lake Auto Body car number 43 is Robert Livingstone. And inside row number 3, driving the Pack and Away Mobile Storage Ward Trucking number 2, he is a 3-time NLSA champion. Out of Winnipeg, the driver is Roland Bernard, and on the outside, driving the Bell's Property Services car number 14, also sponsored by Total Coordination and Construction and Winnipeg Moving, this is Ed Bell. Getting ready to go Lightning Sprint racing, here we go. Oh, heads up! Amber Balkan upside down big time on the front straightaway.
Red, stop him.
Well, the driver's getting very, very tight down the front straightaway, all looking to get a good start. Of course, they do start in a gear less than they're going to run in. So in other words, what happens is they will run in second gear coming out of turn number 4, and they shift up to third gear. And sometimes in that case, ladies and gentlemen, a driver can miss a shift or just be a little slow on a shift, and sometimes these cars get a little bit packed up on the front straightaway going in to turn number 1. So we're going to take a couple of minutes here to check out Amber Balkan in the 35W, taking a hard spill down the front straightaway here. We are under a red flag condition. Of course, these cars extremely lightweight. They're 950 pounds with the driver inside. So obviously very lightweight race cars, there's no doubt about that. And with the open wheels, well, just like the World of Outlaws sprint cars, if they hook wheels, well, that's exactly what can happen right there. So our safety crew helping out the 35W of Amber Balkan, no laps in, so we will come back to racing action after we look after the situation here on the front straightaway. Want to thank Montana's Cookhouse and Bar for all their help here in 2013. Mondays is half-price wings in the bar. Tuesdays, kids eat free. And Wednesdays is all-you-can-eat ribs at Montana's. Of course, they have 3 Winnipeg locations. Do check them out at Montana's one night during the week or, of course, on the weekends.
Hi, I'm Ralph, and this is my backyard barbecue horror story. After a round of golf, the guys came over to barbecue ribs. Everything was perfect until I dropped the ribs on the ground. I tried to clean off all the rocks, but there were so many rocks. I lost my 3 best friends that day. They didn't die. They just don't call me anymore. It's so cold.
Don't let the backyard barbecue get you. Come to Montana's Summer Barbecue Fest for grilled ribs and shrimp all summer long. Montana's Cookhouse, your home for barbecue.
Who's removing that aluminum wing? That is a 16 square foot wing used by the Lightning Sprints. They must be fixed. They are not allowed to adjust them during race conditions. What that is essentially is an upside down airplane wing. So what it does, rather than provide lift to these cars like an airplane wing would, Well, they turn it upside down and it provides downforce. Those 16 square foot wings provide hundreds of pounds of downforce on those Lightning Sprint cars. That's what helps them to hook up so well and carry the big speeds that they do around the big 0.4 of a mile oval here at Red River Co-op Speedway. So of course, taking our time, these cars, very narrow seats in them. They are full containment seats. They wear a 6-point racing harness with a fire suit, so not a lot of room in the cockpits of those particular cars. So obviously, our safety crew's taking as much time as they possibly can, and that is a good thing. Equipment can be replaced, but of course, the drivers, we want to take extra time and make sure everything is cool. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? Amber Balkan is out of the car and okay. That is good news, no doubt about it, after a hard spill on the front straightaway. As we told you about, those cars very lightweight, but they are constructed exactly like a World of Outlaws sprint cars. The chassis are 4130 aircraft quality chromoly. Obviously a lightweight chassis, but they're done by professional welders. There's two basic chassis out there nowadays. That is the Bailey chassis built in Hendersonville, Tennessee, and of course the Henchcraft chassis, which are built in Pennsylvania. So those are the two primary competitors, the Henchcrafts and the Baileys, and both manufacturers build a beautiful, safe car, and well, right there is a testament to that. Now, the top wing we were telling you about, 16 square foot aluminum, getting into the cost of the Lightning Sprints, while a wing like that on the top will cost about a 400, well, probably $425, $450 nowadays. Front wings are about $100. Full race Lightning Sprint can be bought used for about $4,000 to $5,000. You can spend as much as $20,000 on them. But or rather, like any other race car, it costs money to go fast. So the more you spend generally, the faster you will go. Well, hats off to our Criticare EMS doing a great job down there on the front straightaway. Of course, those are the only guys in the place we want to pay not to work. But of course, in a situation like this, they do go to work and do a great job. They took their time, and that is the key. Want to make sure everybody is okay, and Amber will take a ride back to the pit area just for another look-see. They'll get the 35W car sponsored by Mazer Group off the front straightaway. That car is also driven by Wally Butler, who is a former champion sports car racer. He raced in the SCCA series all over North America, and Wally has shared the ride with Amber Balkan in 2013. So Wally not in the car tonight. It is Amber Balkan, and Amber, of course, the daughter of a driver that has likely won more championships in Manitoba than anybody else, and that is the driver of the 10 late model, Mike Balkan, who races here on Thursday night in the Northern Late Model Racing Association. So those guys going to be back this year, of course, in 2013. You can log on to our website at redrivercoopspeedway.ca for more information. And don't forget, join us on Facebook and Twitter for more information on race status, weather, and contests all year long. That is our Facebook and Twitter page, and you can reach both of them from redrivercoopspeedway.ca. Well, they're going to take that 35W back to the pit area, and we will restart this race. There are no laps in. Of course, that happened right on the front straightaway, so no completed laps. We will go back to 8 on the Pepsi board and restart the Northern Lightning Sprints right here in just a few moments. But of course, our safety crew, now that Amber's okay, they're going to take a close look at this car, make sure they hook it up right. There are a lot of lightweight parts on those cars, so you don't want to do any more damage than it's already been done. So nice to have our safety crew out here doing a great job, as usual, here at Red River Co-op Speedway. Well, of course, 4 classes of racing set to come your way today. The Northern Lightning Sprints on the racetrack right now. We'll then have 2 heats of Midwest Modifieds. Then we will move, of course, to the 4-cylinder stocks, ultra-competitive class, each and every Monday night here at Red River Co-op Speedway. And then the pure stocks set to go tonight. So looking forward to a great night of racing here at Red River Co-op Speedway. Just to talk about the Al Delane Memorial just a little bit. That happened last Thursday, and it was won by Aaron Holton out of Newfoundland, Minnesota. And of course, we have Big Al Delane t-shirts and hats for sale behind the grandstands, but what a great race event that was. Aaron Holton did a marvelous job holding off a great field of 24 modifieds last Thursday night, and it was some tremendous competition here. Those modifieds were absolutely hooked up and flying at Red River Co-op Speedway, and your winner, Aaron Holton out of Newfoundland, Minnesota, picked up $3,000 to win. It was a $12,000 purse with $3,000 to win, and that money went south to New Folded, Minnesota. So hats off to Aaron Holton. The winner last year was Clayton Wagaman out of Blaine, Minnesota. The Wagaman Brothers Racing Engines, car number 25, and he came out this year, but Aaron Holton just a little too strong out of New Folded, Minnesota, and took the big win in the Big Al Delane Memorial. Well, you'll notice the flag now has changed from red to yellow. That signals to the Lightning Sprints to refire here now. Now, they do have the exact configuration that they would in the motorcycles. So they have a starter button, they have a clutch, and they have the transmission. So they fire up just like a motorcycle, let the clutch out in their cockpit just like a motorcycle, shift to second gear right now, and third gear about halfway down the front straightaway. So a little bit of a change now in the field. The 35W is out of the race with damage. That moves the 29, sponsored by FXR and the St. Anne Hotel. That is Dylan Sabatini in the Bailey chassis. He will get the pole position on this restart. The whole row moves up. Behind him, of course, the three-time NLSA champion, sponsored by Packin' Away and Highway #1 Self-Storage, along with Gerald Bernard Realtor and Ward Trucking. That is three-time champion Roland Bernard. He drives a Henchcraft chassis. I told you about that. They are built in Pennsylvania. Beautiful looking race car. Watch for him to move up in the field. He has been unable to race much here in the 2013 season due to work commitments, but it's nice to have the two of Roland Bernard out here tonight, and he'll start inside of row number 2. Ed Bell bringing up the rear of the field in the Winnipeg Moving Bell's Property Services car number 14. All right, 8 on the Pepsi board. Rob Como looking them over as they come out of turn number 4. We are racing. Here we go. Up they go into race gear, and here we go. Brent Stagg with a bit of a push in turn number 2. And appears to be losing power. I don't know if he's maybe lost a chain. They do use the same drive chain as well as they do in a motorcycle. The leader is the FXR number 29 of Dylan Sabatini. That is a Bailey chassis, followed by the Henchcraft of the number 2, Roland Bernard. Third spot is Ed Bell in the car number 14, and here comes Bernard. Bernard, a very tenacious, very clean racer. And right now the 29 car has his hands full. Side by side down the front chute. Roland Bernard trying everything. He goes to the bottom of the track. Dylan Sabatini likes the top side. Side by side, once again, a great lightning sprint race. Well, as you can see, Dylan Sabatini going higher. That's the longer way around the racetrack, but he can carry a little more speed. But the 2 car doing great on the bottom as well, holding on to a lot of speed on the shorter surface. And right now, we've got a lead change. The Packin' Away Mobile Storage, Highway #1 Self-Storage number 2 is your leader. But here comes Sabatini now, chasing back on him. Once again, Bernard uses the bottom of the racetrack. Sabatini uses the top, the high location around the racetrack. White flag is out. 1 to go. The Gerald Bernard Realtor, number 2, continues to lead here after making a nice pass on the 29 of Dylan Sabatini. Third is Ed Bell. Checkered flags out. Roland Bernard takes another one here in the Northern Lightning Sprint Association. Second spot goes to the number 29 of Dylan Sabatini. Third is the car 14 of Ed Bell. Well, the Lightning Sprint's heading over to the scale area, sponsored by Pizza, always hot and fresh. We were talking earlier during Amber Balkan's crash, the Lightning Sprints must weigh 950 pounds with driver. You can weigh, well, as much as you want. You just can't weigh any less than 950 pounds with drivers. So They will head on over the hot and fresh pizza scale, and we will get on with our next class. That will be the Midwest Modifieds. Well, I'm here with Rick Delane, of course. Well, we just finished the Al Delane Memorial. It was an enormously successful event. And I understand, of course, this Points Fund doing a great job each and every year. That was, of course, because of your dad. And tonight, we understand the Pure Stocks are racing for more.
Yeah, we thought we'd give everyone, or we added another class into the fold to race for a little bit more money. And the Pure Stocks have almost never had anything to, extra. So we threw in an extra $400 into their purse tonight. So it's $325 to win, 100 and something, and goes down the line from there. But it's probably doubling their payout what they normally have. So they should really rock and roll tonight with that, I think.
No doubt about it. That's great, Rick. Now let's talk about that race last Thursday.